Alo.
Mustafa selamünaleyküm.
Aleykümselam abi.
Mustafa sana bir konu arz etmiştim ama hatırlıyor musun? Şu bizim taşıma hususu ile ilgili.
Ya onun Hakan Bey'le bir araya gelemedik de ondan dönemiyorum
Ya
sana.
Mustafa yani
Çok acil. Tamam.
tonlarca malzeme taşıyoruz. Nijerya'ya gidiyor şu anda, tamam mı? Müslümanları mı öldürecek? Hristiyanları mı öldürecek?
Anladım abi.
Cebel altındayız, haberin olsun.
Tamam,
yani.
1-2 güne sana haber veriyorum. 1-2 güne.
Allah'a emanet
Tamam.
ol. Ya bize bir kontak numarası versin, onunla istişare
Tamam.
etsinler yani, tamam mı?
Tamam. Tamam.
Hadi
Tamam.
görüşürüz.
Hadi sağ ol.
This is the evening of Sunday, the 19th day of April 2026. Nigeria to deploy 200 special forces to Turkey for training. Minister of Defense Christopher Musa is saying this. The Minister of Defense Christopher Musa has said that Nigeria and Turkey have reached an agreement for the immediate deployment of 200 Nigerian special forces for training in Turkey. Mr. Musa disclosed this in an interview on the sidelines of the 5th Antalya Diplomacy Forum, ADF 2026, in Antalya, Turkey, on Saturday, following discussions with his Turkey counterpart, Yarsa Gundar. I don't have a problem that maybe one country is sending their forces to another country for training. It is what most of the third world countries used to do if they don't have, special people that train their forces. But I have a problem because Christopher Musa will not say, or I know this is not just all about Christopher Musa, it's all about Tinubu's administration. I understand that after Shegumi raised the alarm that Nigeria should partner with Turkey or Pakistan instead of US, Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to Turkey. So the president went to Turkey and signed so many agreements. So what I'm trying to say is this. There is something that they did not investigate, and up to today, the administration in Turkey have not changed. An advisor, national security advisor to Erdogan, the president of Turkey, his name is Mustafa. So his call was released by the Egyptian authority to say Egyptian television. They track his call, they hijack his call because that call is a security threat to so many nations, including Nigeria. He was talking with Turkish Airlines when they were transporting weapons to Bokøharam. Transporting weapons to Bokøharam and giving Bokøharam specific instruction that it is a sin if they use the weapon to kill Muslims. In other words, they are giving the indication whom to use the weapon to kill. This is something that Nigeria did not probe. They did not invite Turkish Egyptian authorities, call the attention to it. They did not do any investigation. They quench it. The issue of Iran deploying weapons to Nigeria, it was intercepted in Lagos port. The report has it that 2 containers have entered Nigeria, but they intercepted the 3rd one. And yes, during that period of time, the federal government of Nigeria took some steps because it was Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Goodluck took some steps. The administration sued one of the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps. What I'm telling you right now, you can go and do some verification after listening to this video. You know why I'm saying this? The same Erdogan is still the president of Turkey today, and the Nigerian government said that they want to partner with him. The same man, the same administration that was sending weapons to Bokøharam, and you are going to train your forces to come and fight Bokøharam. Does it make sense? It doesn't. And that is why a lot of people, the world mocks Africa, like the way the world laughs at us. Today now, you see, people who want to, I see so many celebrities. Well, maybe what they are saying, what they are doing is coming from a genuine passion. I like genuine passion, but the most important passion is a passion that is directed to solution, not chasing cruise or anything. So many celebrities today, they are saying they are willing to fight for Nigeria. But I'm telling them the opposite. You need to fight for yourself, not to fight for Nigeria. Because if you want to fight Nigeria, meaning you have to fight for institution. Don't say that you are trying to fight the bandits that you are fighting for Nigeria. No. If you want to fight for Nigeria, you need to fight the institution. Fight the people who are sponsoring insecurity. Fight the coalition of Tinubu that imported terrorists into the country. Fight people you're supposed to fight. Because these people see us as mugu, these politicians, they see us as mugus, people who don't have sense. Like they see us like non-entities. If not, they will not be proud to come out in the national television to tell them that they imported terrorists into the country. Like, because they see that nobody will revolt against them. Nobody is going to ask them anything. That is the sole reason why they are doing what they are doing. It's so fortunate. So the Nigerian government sending their troops to Turkey to do training in the same country that have been indicted, that have been accused of sending weapons to the same Bokøharam. Anyway, that takes us to the legalization of terrorism in Nigeria. Terrorism in Nigeria have been legalized. Imagine, after the Air Force strikes against Bokøharam, ISWAP, the Islamic State of West African province, they started protesting. They blocked major Nigerian roads. Terrorists protesting that they are violating their right to have Islamic State in Nigeria. Take a listen. This video you just watched right now, ISWAP, the group, they were protesting that their right to have the Islamic State of Nigeria is being challenged. It's being challenged. They are protesting. They block roads. Not that they block road to attack, to protest. Someone have told them, someone in the position of authority have told them, Nigeria belongs to you. Someone told them that Nigeria belongs to you. Nigeria must become a Sharia state. Someone told them that. So they have the confidence. If you see the way these people kill, the way these people have confidence, the way they come out online, someone is telling them something. We are going to make it one day. Let's continue. We are going to make it. We'll make it to turning Nigeria into a Sharia state. Unfortunately, your politicians doesn't bother. Your politicians, they don't even do anything because they are after their own. They don't want anybody to stop them not to go to Senate. They don't want anybody to stop them not to become governor. They don't just want any problem at all. So because of that, for them, let everybody do what they want to do, but give me my own share, carry your own. Iyendeba. That is what Nigerian politicians is all about. Even though it's going to kill their people, even though it's going to kill, even though it's going to kill their population, what they are interested in is, if you give me my own, do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter as far as you have given me my own. So is this the steps you people want to take? And that is why now people are beginning to wake up. And so many people have beginning to see the real angle about the insecurity in Nigeria. Take a listen.
Very soon, bandits will be in the Senate and the House of Reps because Nigerians are paying them tax. If we look at the progression of insecurity in Nigeria in the past 3.5 years, places that we never thought they will go to, they are in Niger, they are in Kwara, they are progressing downwards into Nigeria. You see what they are doing. They come at will in Benue, in Plateau. Mr. President promised the victims in Plateau 2 weeks ago, it will never happen again. These people had the audacity to make it happen again the next day. They are daring the state. They are taunting us. When they kill our soldiers, they wear the uniform of our military and armed forces and go to what is called a mediation arrangement with government, bodies to say they are mediating with this. In Katsina, this bandit wore the uniform of this assistant commissioner that died on duty in action. And he wore his uniform and came with his gun to the mediation and went home without consequences. So you are now situating it with the situation of the state. Of course, they are doing it. They are on social media. We know their handles. They don't even care to cover their faces. They send notices. And they come on the day of the notice and they execute. Now they are overrunning brigades, not brigades in urban areas, brigade in the theater of war. And they overrun the brigade. They kill our generals like every other day. Our colonels, we are missing the best of our assets because, first of all, we don't have the decisiveness to ensure that we do the needful in terms of the resource allocation. I agree. You see, you can allocate whatever money you want to allocate. But where are the outcomes? What are we doing about it? And if people fail in their responsibilities, we don't see heads rolling. In other countries, just one incident is enough to take out ministers, is enough to take out garrison commanders and have new ones in there. That is the only way you can have a sure-footed movement out of this issue. As it is today, build up to 2027 election, we have been politicizing insecurity. The ruling party condescends about it, makes it look as if it's no issue, and then the opposition use it to posture while people are dying every day. This is an existential issue that we should take seriously across party lines, and we should deal with it. Otherwise, like I said earlier, it will still come down. You see, I said it in another sister station. Very soon, bandits will be in the Senate and the House of Reps because Nigerians are paying them tax. In the North, they go. It is so bad that people are beginning to have confidence in them. They go to them for mediation. They go to them for protection. And we are saying we are making progress, and we are saying we should not talk about it.
This is a new conversation between Mustafa, who is an advisor to Turkish President Erdogan. Military advisor to Turkish president is like national security advisor in Nigeria. So this is a core conversation that need between him and the executive of the Turkish airline when the Turkish government were transporting weapons to Bokøharam in Nigeria. And that weapon, they mandated them not to use the weapon to kill the Muslims, but the Christians. And after that, this happened after the meeting in 2014, where the Turkish adopted a policy that in Mali, Nigeria, Central African Republic, that they are going to support these Islamic extremists against their nation in the cause to Islamize these countries. And remember that Bokøharam now, pay allegiance to Islamic regime in Syria that Turkey was funding and, protecting them. So stay with me in this video so that you will understand why I am raising alarm about Tinubu signing a security pact with Turkey, because some northern elite like Shegumi said no to America. So Tinubu is now turning to balance things. However, somebody who is sponsoring and sending weapons to Bokøharam, you are not supposed to go and sign peace pact with it. This is Islamization. Don't forget that Turkey was a Christian nation, and before you know, they turned it into an Islamic state. Ask this question: Shegumi went there before Tinubu went there. I want you to understand that there is something that is going on. Anyway, this is not a news. This is a lecture. Stay with me in this video.
Alo.
Mustafa selamünaleyküm.
Aleykümselam abi.
Mustafa sana bir konu arz etmiştim ama hatırlıyor musun? Şu bizim taşıma hususu ile ilgili.
Ya onun Hakan Bey'le bir araya gelemedik de ondan dönemiyorum
Ya
sana.
Mustafa yani
çok acil.
Tonlarca malzeme taşıyoruz. Nijerya'ya gidiyor şu anda, tamam mı? Müslümanları mı öldürecek? Hristiyanları mı öldürecek?
Anladım abi.
Cebel altındayız, haberin olsun.
Tamam,
yani.
1-2 güne sana haber veriyorum. 1-2 güne.
Allah'a emanet ol. Ya bize bir kontak numarası versin, onunla istişare etsinler yani, tamam mı?
Tamam. Hadi sağ ol.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. This is Wednesday, the 28th day of January, 2026. You see, this video I'm going to make, this is not only about blogging or news. This is education. I am going to teach you the involvement of Turkey in Nigeria insecurity situation. The involvement of Turkey in what is termed the Islamization of Nigeria. And at the end of this video, if you discover that everything I'm going to teach you in this video is not true, stop watching my video, unsubscribe, stop following me. If you discover that everything I'm going to tell you in this video that is not true, stop following me, because yesterday I made a video where everybody were talking about Tinubu stumbled. I was saying, Nigerians, you pay attention to what does not matter. I personally, I stumble sometimes, I do fall sometimes, talk less of an aged man who is above 80 years. That is not necessary at all. So yeah, that yesterday, if you watch my video, I was asking this question: what is Tinubu doing in Turkey? And I knew that Tinubu went there to sign a military cooperation with Turkey. Now, there is a problem with that. And a lot of you will think that Okocha like criticizing people. No, this has nothing to do with criticizing people, but this is all about talking the reality out of issues. This is all about saying the truth. And that is why I told you from the beginning of the video that anything I'm going to say in this video, if you discover that it's not true, stop following me. Now, let's dive into it. There is a Turkish newspaper, okay? A Turkish newspaper. It is called Tanriverdi. Okay? This Tanriverdi reported something in 15 May 2014. 15 May 2014. That is the year the Turkish government, they had what they call Turkish policy on Africa. Turkish policy on Africa. And during that meeting, the call recordings, the meeting, what is it called? The video recording leaked. This was supposed to be confidential. So this Tanrivadi reported it. And in their report, they stated that Turkey made it a policy to be supporting Islamic group against state terrorism. Now, let me define these terms before we move forward. In Turkish terminology, they call anybody, any country fighting Bokøharam, fighting ISIS, they call it state terrorism. You know what that means? Like Nigerian soldiers now, if you try to fight Bokøharam, Turkey will tell you that that is state terrorism. You are trying to fight the real people, that Bokøharams are the real people, and so on and so forth. That is not enough. After the meeting, after the policy, Turkey now starts shipping arms through their airline to Bokøharam. The thing leaked. So Turkey was found directly supporting Bokøharam. But this was during Buhari administration. Buhari have the same ideology with the Turkish government under this Erdogan. So Buhari did not stop them. But everybody, they were raising concern, and so many classified documents were there that people did not release, okay, because of some international policy. Now, when they were calling, when they were shipping these arms, another call recording leaked. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I want after this video, you go and verify what I'm saying. So another call record leaked. And in this call record, they were saying, according to Tenravadi, according to this newspaper and subsequent newspaper that I'm going to, show you in this video, it shows that the Turkish government were telling them that this weapon we are shipping to Nigeria, don't use it to kill Muslims. I am coming to see, at the end of this video, I want you to spend like 1 hour, go and verify everything I'm going to tell you. Okay? Go and verify them. So the Turkish government sent weapons to Bokøharam, and they were telling them that these weapons should not be used to kill Muslims. The reason why I'm trying to give you all this background is because I don't want a situation where I will come out and say Tinubu is trying to divide Nigeria. Tinubu could not resist the division of Nigeria. People will misunderstand me and misconception will come. No. Now, the reason why Tinubu went to Turkey is because after the strike from the American government, Nigeria said they collaborated with them. The Northern, so many Northern elites don't like it. They rejected it. Up to today, someone like Sultan of Sokoto did not say anything, but silence in Nigeria is also a press statement. Now, Sheikh Gumi made a statement that Tinubu, instead of America, should go and partner with Turkey. Now, I want to let you know this, that Turkey became an Islamic country through Islamization, and that is what they want to lead in Nigeria. For them to, ship weapons to Bokøharam and so on and so forth, it means that they support these people. They want them to Islamize Nigeria. Now, going to sign military cooperation with Turkey, and Turkey's private security came to Nigeria last year. They gave them contract to secure Kaduna, Southern Kaduna, to Abuja. They gave them contract. I think they paid them every month 1 billion. Go and verify everything I am telling you now. So, imagine where Turkish private security are today in Nigeria. What is it called? The bandits made that place a safe haven. I want you to connect the dots. I want you to understand something that is going on. Now, I want to analyze this newspaper report to you again. Now, this is a Nordic Monitor. They report about insecurity and international policy and so on and so forth. Now, support Islamists against state terrorism in Mandi, Nigeria, Central African Republic, says ex-military advisor of Turkish president. This newspaper reported what I am just telling you. They reported this in 2021 and refer back to 2014. What happened? Stay with me in this video. Now, it reads that Turkey should support the Islamic group against state terrorism in some critical regions of Africa, such as Central African Republic, Mali, and Nigeria, said retired General Adnan Tervadi, the former chief military aide to Turkish president, Erdogan, who also owns private military contractor Sadat, which many believe is a de facto paramilitary force loyal to the Islamic president of Turkey. Now, this private military contractor Sadat is operating in Nigeria, owns by somebody who tell the Erdogan, the president of Turkey, to make sure they Islamize Nigeria by supporting Boko Haram against state terrorism. I've defined state terrorism in this terminology for you. What they mean by state terrorism? That is you know, you now as a vigilante police, DSS, soldier, you are fighting against these people. It is called state terrorism. And that is why so many important military officers have been assassinated, because they were carrying the insecurity on their head. They want to stop the insecurity. They eliminate them because they term it as state insecurity. So you are now a terrorist. You are now a terrorist. It's a state terrorism. They can kill you. Pay attention. Now, in an article published by Tenravadi in May 2014, that is the article I showed you from the beginning of this video, okay? Review the key determinant of the ruling Justice and Development Party, AKP, links to radical and terrorist group in Africa, Tenravadi, an important figure in Erdogan inner circle. Define Africa countries fight against terrorist groups as state terrorism, and argued that Turkey should consider effective measure to protect Islamic group in the Central African Republic, Mali, and Nigeria from this state terrorism. So, Turkey have a mandate to protect Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP from the Nigerian government. What is the purpose? What is the mission? To bring the Islamization, complete Islamization of Nigeria. See, when you go and do investigation that what I'm telling you is not true, stop following me. Because I actually want people to understand where my concept is coming from. Every now and then, if I talk about insecurity in Nigeria, people who do not understand anything about Nigeria will come out to think that this insecurity is what, hey, we have a good leader tomorrow. That good leader can stop insecurity. That good leader. Shut up. You don't know how far these people have gone. You don't know how condition now. I never wanted to drag Turkey out of this issue, okay? But when Tinubu traveled to Turkey, I was just the only one asking, what is Tinubu doing in Turkey? What is he doing in Turkey? Because I am curious. A country funding extremists, funding Boko Haram against Nigeria, should not be signing military cooperation with Nigeria. This is a death trap. This is Islamization. And no one is going to argue this with me that what I'm saying is not true. Now, the question here is this. Does Turkey send military equipment to Boko Haram? Answer is yes. Go and verify. Okay. Does Turkey said that Nigerian military soldiers, all these DSS, they are terrorists for killing Boko Haram? Yes, they said so. Turkey made it a policy to protect terrorists. Do they? Yes, they did that. I have the pictures of everyone who attended that meeting and so on and so forth. So, you see, we are on a very high level of division in Nigeria. They not refuse that US should not, cooperate with Nigeria, that they should give them Turkey. And Turkey is a chief Islamist, like people want to Islamize Nigeria. So Nigeria is literally dividing into two, into American interest and Turkish interest. I want you to save this video because, this is education. This is not all about blogging. Now, in addition, I think that discriminatory and foreign-backed state terrorism targeting Islamic group in some critical region of Africa, such as Central African Republic, Mali, and Nigeria, and preventing measures to protect those groups should be studied carefully, Theravadi said. It is interesting that a leaked recording of a conversation that took place in 2014, the same year that Theravadi reviewed Turkey's strategies towards some African countries, between an advisor of Erdogan and an official from Turkish airline, revealed that Turkish national airline and the Turkish government were alleged to have been involved in a transfer of arms to the Nigerian-based terrorist organization Boko Haram, which has pledged allegiance to the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. Do you now understand the Turkey was funding the Islamic State in Syria? Assad? Do you remember? Turkey was funding the Islamic State in Syria. And Boko Haram is loyal to the Islamic State in Syria. I want you people to open your mind, and emancipate yourself from this Arab, domination and Islamization that has been going on for long. If I come out to tell you things about insecurity in Nigeria, I want you to open your mind. Don't be biased. I want you to understand the background, where all these things are coming from. The Turkish and that Islamic region in Syria, they were major people who were giving Buhari morale to go on, do what you want to do, Islamize the country, do this, do that. Like, we don't have voice. Anything we say, people won't take it serious. You know, anything we say, people will not take it serious because who is this guy? But I will tell you the reality. So, Tinubu going to Turkey is a step to Islamization of Nigeria. Turkey was championing the Islamization of Nigeria. Turkey was buying Bokøharam arms. Turkey have a policy of supporting Bokøharam, ISIS, loyal to the Islamic regime, to Nigerian system. So they want Islamization. That is Turkey's policy. So, as I said before, the private military, Turkish military operating in Nigeria was owned by someone who told the Turkish president, this current Turkish president, that he should Islamize Nigeria through Bokøharam. The person have a private security operating in Nigeria. Guys, you know, I have said my own. I'll keep on educating you what is going on in Nigeria. And it is going to, you see, I love US for one thing. They might not be perfect. Okay. They may not be the best people you may see on earth. You may hate them very well. Okay. That is very good. Hate them for whom they are. But you know what? The ability to gather intelligence is number one. After God, before devil in America. Okay, leave it for them. So, what I'm talking about is so many unclassified documents. Okay, so many unclassified documents that people are not allowed to publish it because it is for military purpose, military use. Tinubu is deceiving Trump, but America is always a step ahead. I am telling you people that Nigeria is divided into two. The North cannot entertain America coming to kill these terrorists because these terrorists belongs to them. Not everybody in the North. I'm talking about someone like Shegumi who said that Bokøharam is a blessing to Northern Muslim. You know, there are so many, these extremists who believe that Nigeria should be Islamized. Okay? They will not accept the US working in Nigeria. It means dividing Nigeria. So they want Turkey to come again, occupy some part of Nigeria. So Nigeria is dividing into two. So all this drama that might unfold tomorrow, why can't we save ourselves this stress? Why can't we save ourselves? Prevent this war that is coming. Prevent this war. Let everybody understand that if you go your own, every state, even as Benin Kingdom is, they can be a country. Nigeria should go in the way of Yugoslavia now. If not, tomorrow is too dark. I am not telling you this because like in form of vision of prophecy. No! You can calculate what is going to happen, and it will happen based on what is on the ground today. There is a clear path to Sharia by 40% of Nigerian population. Like 20% of Nigerian population are so confused. They don't even know what is going on. Then there are also another like 40% who understand what is going on in Nigeria, but they believe that the problem could just be solved by electing leaders. No. Don't go there. Don't go there. It's not by electing leaders and so on and so forth. Anyway, what do I know, self? See you on my next video. I'm Okocha Happy myself, okay? Talking reality out of issues.